What is up, YouTube? Pink Reaper here, back with another episode of Pink Plays Pokemon. I'm also like hella pissed because I just already recorded this damn video, but as it turns out, OBS did that thing where it just decided I don't have a mic anymore, which is cool. I don't know how the fuck that happens. I hate that. It happens very frequently too. Anyway, not important. The big important thing is you're probably wondering, Pink Reaper. It is February. Actually, no, it's March now. March 1st. It is March in 2020. Why the fuck are you playing not Gen 8? And the reason is because Gen 8's kind of ass. Like, I liked Gen 8. Like, I was playing a lot of Gen 8 before, and then Gen 8 re-added a bunch of, like, bullshit mons. Like, you know, Keldeo, Terrakion, the two mons that got banned, Melmetal and Kyurem, but then also, like, Jirachi and Zeraora, and it's just... like, you were doing so well. Like, if you're gonna, you removed a bunch of Pokemon, and that was really shitty. But, like, at least you removed a bunch of the broken, overpowered bullshit from Gen 5. But then you just immediately started re-adding it. What the fuck, Game Freak? But anyway, so, I kind of was getting burnt out on Gen 8, and I really wanted to use a team that had Staraptor on it, and I can't do that, because Gen 8 is garbage and doesn't have Staraptor. Like, I've been playing a lot of Gen 4, and I've been playing a lot of Gen 7. And literally the main reason is just so I can use Staraptor. That's it. 100%, that's it. I need to give a little backstory for this game. So, I've been playing Pokemon with a bunch of guys in the Discord too. Well, only a couple of guys really in the Discord, but I've been playing Pokemon with some people in the Discord as well. And like we've been in call with each other while playing on ladders and stuff like that. And I'm in a call with my boy Glugia when I get this game, and I swear to God, I get this game, and right away I say, I do not want to play this. I was like, there's so much shit that my team can't really deal with on stall. First off, if you're playing stall in a dead meta, you're a piece of shit. QAQ Killer, you're a piece of shit. What are you doing? This is a dead meta. No one cares how high you are on the ladder. If you get to the top of the ladder in Gen 7 right now, literally no one gives a shit. Not enough people are playing this ladder for it to matter. Half the time, I can't even find a fucking game because no one's playing this ladder. So what the fuck are you doing? I just gotta say it. Like, already if you're playing stall, you're kind of lame. Just because, like, you very clearly care less about enjoying the game than you do about just getting the win, which is kind of weird. Like, I don't understand that sort of laddering mentality. Like, I gotta get to the top of the... Like, you don't get anything for being at the top of the ladder. There's no reward for this. If there was, I could understand it, okay? Like, if there's money at the end of this tunnel, I can understand playing so lame. But whatever. Anyway, so I get in this game. I have 4 physical attackers. Staraptor's Adamant Choice Band, because I'm not a coward. I have Jolly Scarf Kartana. I have, like, ultra bulky, full defensive Lando. Full physically defensive. I have DD, Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Crunch, T-Tar. I have Life Orb, Alakazam. That's Mega T-Tar, by the way. And then I just have, like, mixed bulk, you know, Leech Seed, Heavy Slam, Protect, Flamethrower, the very common Celesteela. So, the reason I'm uploading this game is mostly because I promised Glugia I would, because he thought it was really cool. And also because I played basically perfectly. So, I don't have a great matchup here. I don't have a good way of dealing with Skarmory. I don't have a great way of dealing with Sableye. I have an okay, like, I can one-hit KO Sableye if I need to with Staraptor. The problem is just getting him to stay in to let me do that. I have a really good matchup against Shedinja, because I have Sandstream, and I also have moves on everything except Lando that can kill it. It's definitely Focus Sash. It's always Focus Sash on stall. That's just how it is. So I already knew what all of his sets are. This is Protect, Knockoff, Will-O-Wisp, Recover, Sableye. This is Spikes, Whirlwind, Roost, and then more than likely like an attacking move like Iron Head, or Iron Head or Drill Peck. It's not Brave Bird. Because it can't be taking recoil on Skarmory. Yeah, but it's Roost Whirlwind, like I said, Roost Whirlwind and Spikes. The only one that can be kind of weird is Shedinja, because Shedinja runs like Baton Pass, Shadow Sneak, Toxic, and then it can be running Protect, it can be running X-Scissor, just like, because mostly the Shedinja just exists to stall. You put it out in front of things that can't hit you, and force them to take extra damage from like Toxic Spikes and stuff like that. This is Seismic Toss, Soft Boiled, Stealth Rocks, and then either Toxic or Wish Blissey. Alright, Blissey, Chansey. I should point out the other thing, the other possibility for Skarmory is actually instead of an attack, it has Defog, which is also highly likely. But I was expecting Gliscor to be Defog. Gliscor is Protect, Roost, Earthquake, and then I was expecting Knockoff. It turns out to not be Knockoff. Which is kind of understandable. And then this is Scald, Recover, Toxic Spikes, Haze, Toxapex. Unquestionably, those are that is absolutely. I don't even see all 4 moves from it during this game, but I guarantee you that's what it is. So let's get into it. We're gonna go kind of quick. So I lead. We're gonna go normal speed. I lead T-Tar to force a Mega Evolution. Will-O-Wisp. The reason for that is because if he stayed regular Sable, I'd be able to get rocks up, but it's actually his regular Sable would actually be more dangerous to me because it could priority Will-O-Wisp. And priority Will-O-Wisp would absolutely beat Kartana, Staraptor, and Lando. So I needed him to Mega, I needed him to Will-O-Wisp, and then I needed him to think that I was gonna, I had something that threatened him. And Alakazam can definitely threaten Sableye if it has Dazzling Gleam, which I don't. So I go into Staraptor here. He goes into Chansey. I click Brave Bird here, which might seem kind of weird when he obviously is going to have max defense, like 252 bold or 252 impish Skarmory. But I click Brave Bird here because Reckless resisted, non-quad resisted, just regular resisted Brave Bird only does like 4 or 5% less than close combat does. So I Brave Bird here. It does 36%. He is Rocky Helmet, which is great. If he was leftovers, I'd be in a worse position here. But because he's Rocky Helmet, he's forced to roost here. Because if he doesn't, I 2-hit KO him with Brave Bird from this range. Staraptor is crazy powerful. So I take the initiative to switch to T-Tar. This is what I needed, and I'm so glad it happened super early in this game. I needed a free switch into T-Tar because I needed to get to +1 as fast as possible. If I get to +1 like right away, well, I'll explain it here in a minute. So I Mega IDD. I actually think I'm Jolly, which is worse here, because obviously if I was Adamant, it's better against his whole slow-ass team. Not that it matters, T-Tar is 170 attack anyway, but 170 base attack. So I Mega IDD. So this is where Stall has a serious problem. This Sableye, again, I'm just assuming it doesn't have foul play, but I'm almost, I'm 100% certain it doesn't. He doesn't have a good play here. His play is to Will-O-Wisp as I Dragon Dance again and get back to neutral attack. At which point, I'm free to just keep Dragon Dancing because he can't do anything about it. I did make a mistake. I shouldn't have Mega'd right away. The reason for that is because I could have reset the Sand, which would have been nice against like Toxapex, Shedinja, just added a little extra damage. But I Dragon Dance again. He actually misses Will-O-Wisp. And at this point, I'm telling Lugia I have won the game. I have won the game because he missed Will-O-Wisp right there. I was already in a good position because I was gonna get to I was gonna get to Dragon Dance again. It didn't matter. I was gonna go up to +1 anyway, after the Will-O-Wisp, but it wouldn't have been as dangerous as it is now. So I crunch here on what I know is going to be a Will-O-Wisp because I want the full amount of damage, the most amount of damage I can get on Sableye. If I knew if I crunched there, he would have to Will-O-Wisp, or else he just loses entirely. Like his whole team would fold to this Mon. I crunch there, knowing the Will-O-Wisp is coming, and now he has to switch, or else Sableye just dies. And if Sableye dies, I'm free to Stealth Rocks like whenever I want with Lando, and it just puts him on the back foot so much. Because he's forced to defog with Skarmory when he wants to be doing other things. Like, it's just too good for me. So, he goes into Chansey here. I Dragon Dance on... I literally called this. I told Glugia in the call. I'm like, I'm going to Dragon Dance on Rocks. Because he's 100% going to Rocks. Because he thinks I can't threaten... Like, he thinks even Burn +2 doesn't threaten Chansey. And he's kind of right. So I Dragon Dance on the Switch, and then I Dragon Dance again on Rocks. I'm like, it's just going to happen, and of course it does. So I crunch here to gauge the damage, hoping I do like, 56 or something like that. I don't. I only do 45, which kind of sucks. But that's fine, because I'm like, okay, I'm going to DD on Soft Boiled, because he's absolutely not going to let me crunch him again. And now he can't stay in, because if he stays in, I 2-hit KO him. So I crunch because it's the most obvious. Like the most obvious thing he can do here is go to Skarmory, or Toxapex. Crunch from like burned +5 T-Tar is still gonna do like 40 or so percent, 40-45%, which isn't it's good enough. Because then I could just kill it with Fire Punch. And then if Skarmory is dead, he has no answers for Staraptor. Staraptor comes in, clicks Brave Bird, something dies. He actually goes to Toxapex here, which is great for me. So look at that. 49% or 59%. He's obviously not fully invested in defense. I think he's like mixed bulk. So this is hilarious. So in the call, Glugia says, you can 2-hit KO Toxapex. And I respond, I'm clicking Fire Punch to on the incoming Skarm. Because again, he's a stall player. Stall players react. They don't predict. So he wants to react to Crunch, being a dangerous 2-hit KO on Toxapex. I'm like, no, I'm gonna Fire Punch. So at this point, I can freely Crunch, kill Skarmory. Skarm's dead. This is amazing. So Toxapex is not at max HP, which is great. Sableye is dead. Sableye at 23% can't switch in on any... Actually, it can't do anything. It literally can't do anything. It is slower than my whole team, and my whole team can kill it from that range. He should have honestly let Sableye die. Sableye is completely worth this. But he obviously wanted to save it so he could at least, like, threaten, Magic Bounce. Now, if I had been a good player, I'd have Defog somewhere on my team, and I would just Defog right now. I'd go into something like Defog, but I don't, so I have Staraptor. Shedinja comes in. This is Focus Sash. Shedinja can't do anything to Staraptor, like, most of the time. Like, it could possibly be Will-O-Wisp, but it almost certainly isn't, because the way this team is built is sort of to, like, Toxic Stall. Like, he wants to get Toxic Spikes up with Toxapex. He wants to Toxic Mons with, like, Chansey. The only reason he has Will-O-Wisp on Sableye is specifically because that's like the best move to put on Sableye, to screw with like things like Lando and things like that. Because obviously his team doesn't have a great like matchup against Lando. Like really all he can do is like switch to Skarmory and hope it's not like Continental Crush SD. So he obviously has to have Will-O-Wisp on that. But Shedinja is more than likely toxic in this set, but what he goes for is insane to me. I have no idea why he goes to this. The only reason I can possibly imagine he does this is because he thinks I might switch to Alakazam. Like, this is the one time he's trying to predict. He clicks Shadow Sneak. As I have, of course, I click Brave Bird and take exactly 0 damage in recoil. So that's not like that's an insane play, but it's not necessarily the worst play because I could theoretically go into Alakazam here. Alakazam is burned, and if he is toxic or if he's even Will-O-Wisp, and he clicked either of those moves on Zam, it literally does nothing to help him. And then if if he does that, like, Zam can still threaten out Shedinja, and Shedinja can't, like, one-hit KO Zam. So he's in just sort of, like, I think that's actually why he was doing it. Unfortunately for him, I clicked Brave Bird. Now, this is the other insane play. I have no reason not to stay in and click Brave Bird. His team dies to Brave Bird. Nothing on his team can switch into it. He should have just sacked Shedinja, but the problem with that is even if he does that, all that happens is something else that's slower than Staraptor comes in and has to take a Brave Bird. So he brings in Pex here, and I Brave Bird, and Toxapex just dies. This is why I wanted to use Staraptor. Staraptor is so good. So at this point, I've already decided I've won. Like, there's nothing he can do. He lost. Like, he literally has lost to just Celesteela at this point. Because Celesteela with Leech Seed can literally just, like, I can do whatever I want. Even if he, like, is crazy and goes into Sableye on the Leech Seed to bounce it back at me and get some recovery, it doesn't matter. But I Brave Bird here on what is 100% going to be a Roost. I do 80%, which is obscene. I mean, I only do, you know, what is essentially 30% because of, or 20% because of that. So I go into Alakazam here. Alakazam has Encore. He definitely wanted to just soft-boiled on a Psyshock, but I'm like, no. And then I double out to Lando on what I was assuming to be Gliscor, and I was right. Because I'm expecting that to be like max, like, I was expecting it to be like super bulky Gliscor. Like especially bulky, and I don't really have a great way to deal damage with Alakazam because I don't have HP Ice. He goes Sableye on my HP Ice, which is fine because it's still a 2-hit KO. I just Earthquake here anyway. Even if he wanted to like switch out to something else, which was unlikely. So at this point, he's definitely lost. There's nothing he can do here. He goes to Gliscor. He actually clicks Ice Fang, which surprises the hell out of me. I was not expecting Ice Fang, but it makes sense. As I mentioned earlier, he doesn't have great answers to like SD Z-move Landorus. So that's why he has to have Will-O-Wisp on Sable. And Ice Fang on Gliscor just means he has like a good matchup against like non-HP Ice Landos. Unfortunately, I do have HP Ice. So he Ice Fangs again, drops me down to, you know, look at that roll. Drops me down to 30%. If he had gotten a 36% roll there, I could have probably lived. Whatever, like another Ice Fang. So this is hilarious. I said it in chat. I'm like, I'm U-turning. I'm U-turning because he's definitely switching out. Because he actually couldn't. So this is actually really important. He could not afford to stay in on me clicking HP Ice because like he would have just started letting me, like he would have just been taking unnecessary damage. And he couldn't Roost because if he Roosts, I get free switches and like I get a free switch into Alakazam on a Roost, and then I can Encore it, and then like he has to switch out. And then literally he just either has to let Shedinja die or he has to, you know, go to Chansey and take a Psyshock or whatever. So I'm like, I'm going to U-turn here because he's also not going to kill me. If he Ice Fangs and he kills me, I go directly into Kartana and I just win. But unfortunately for him, I get, you know, a crit hit U-turn, and now I can just go into Kartana and win anyway. And then he just forfeits because that's it. That's the game. I literally, there was not a switch he made that I did not predict during this game. Like, you can ask Lugia. He'll be in the comments, I promise. There was no switch that I did not predict. There was nothing I did not know was going to happen, except Ice Fang. Ice Fang surprised the hell out of me. And I guess also Shadow Sneak. Shadow Sneak was like, what the hell? But it didn't really matter. There was not really anything he could do with Shedinja. He definitely didn't want to be, like, switching out. I guess if it had Baton Pass, he could have eaten the Brave Bird and then Baton Passed into something. But then, even then, whatever he Baton Passes into, gonna die anyway. So, you know. Yeah. So, that was that. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon recently. A lot of Gen 7, a lot of Gen 4, like I've been mentioning. Not a lot of people on the Gen 4 ladder. It makes me sad. This poor guy yesterday, I beat him like 5 times in a row, and I just like stopped playing because I was like, okay, he already the ELOs already aren't super high. I'm only in like the 1400s, and this guy was like 1100, and I dropped him all the way back down to like almost just 1,000 flat. So I felt really bad. I haven't played a lot of Pokemon, so if you jump on Showdown or anything, you may randomly just, if you search my name, you may randomly find me playing. Yeah, dude, I had to save this game because, like, I played it so perfectly. Like, he had such a good matchup against me, and he played it so poorly. Because, again, he played reactionary, not prediction. Like, he played reaction, not prediction. And because of that, the second I got momentum, he didn't have a win con anymore. And I got momentum by having Choice Band Staraptor. Choice Band Staraptor being able to 3-hit KO max defense Skarmory is what caused me to get momentum. Because it forced him to have to waste a turn. And because he absolutely did not have a good move on Skarmory to hit T-Tar, like that was it. Like, maybe, I honestly feel like his best play may have been to Whirlwind, but the reason he didn't do that is because if I'm Choice Band Stone Edge, it, again, like, he Whirlwinds me out and he takes an incredible amount of damage. Like, that still would have done a lot to Skarmory. And then, like, if he Whirlwinds me into something bad, like Celesteela or Alakazam, like, it puts him back on the back foot. But I think, like, that's the thing, though. He needed to make predictions there. Like, he was reacting. He's like, okay, T-Tar's out. I'm just going to switch to something that can, take anything from T-Tar and then burn it, which was his play there, which really was not his play. I think he might have just been reacting to the idea that I, like, click Fire Punch or Fire Blast or anything like that. Like, he should have been predicting, and he never did. And because he never predicted, he lost. Like, that's just the long and the short of it. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one, guys. I promise I'll finish... Golden Sun at some point in the future. I know it's been, like, months since I uploaded. There's been various different reasons for that. I'll explain it whenever I record the next part. I'll also probably, I might record more Pokemon. I don't know. It depends on, how my games go and things like that. I kind of want to record because, believe it or not, I got all the way up to the 1600s running, Choice Band Staraptor and Choice Specs Moltres in the Rain. Like, that's what I did. Like, I just was playing really weird, shitty teams that not shitty, like, they're actually good. But I played weird teams that I thought were fun, and I just sort of did this. I had to, like, out-predict my opponents and things like that. And I had to abuse the fact that, like, there's no good switch-in for Choice Band Brave Bird on Staraptor, unless you're running, like, Magnezone. But anyway, guys, yeah, that's going to be it for this part. Look out for, like I said, look out for more Pokemon. Look out for Lost Age. Thanks for watching. This has been Pink Reaper, signing out.